Bonjour. Today I would like to talk about the conference where I have been in Brussels. I promised I would, so I will. So this is a 2 days conference, and it was the 11th time that it was organized. So it is 2 days on mindfulness, on how we can use mindfulness in different fields of our life as citizen, for ourselves and for the society. So it is larger than a personal use. There is a conception of us as being citizens in our society, and a choice, a life choice we can make for us and where we live. So it's all about practicing the mindfulness, and it is about acting out as well with those principles. So the principles are there to reach society which is altogether more fair, altruistic, welcoming and inclusive. So those 2 days are organized every year by two persons. There is Caroline Le Cire, both of them, they are from Belgium. So Caroline Le Cire has been working in international, and is still working in international relations as far as I have understood. And she's been working for a long time in Africa for health projects. And there is Elios Kutsu. Elios has a PhD in psychology. He's been working for Doctors Without Borders, and he's engaged in mindfulness research. And he's an author as well. So this every year there is a theme for the conference, and this year the theme was changer de regard. Changer de regard, you could translate that with managing or changing one's attitude, one's perception, and one's way to look at ourselves and at what is outside of ourselves. And we will check, it's not only the others, but it's larger than that. It's looking, managing the way we perceive things, like nature, animals, the universe, and our interrelations. So what I will talk about today is the intervention of someone who is called Abdenour Bidar. He's a philosopher, and he was talking to us about the importance of the release of the time, and this is very much linked with mindfulness. In mindfulness, you take that pause time to observe whatever you're doing, with no judgment, no justification, just observing, like a child would observe something they're discovering, or like a scientist observing in a microscope what is happening. So Bidar was telling us about then the importance of the release of the time, and how it is important to consolidate what he calls is the triple link. The triple link is the links we have with ourselves, with others, solidarity, and with nature, with its resources, its wonders, and its the respect we can have for it. And he was mentioning then that he has a Sufism. He's from Sufism, that's his culture, and Sufism is very naturally linked with what we do when we practice mindfulness, because it's a lot about interiority. So what Abdenour Bidar was telling us is that the obstacle for that triple link is the work organization. He was telling us that the work nowadays, the aim for the work is rentability. The aim is for us clients to spend our money, and that is to increase our consumptions, the way we consume things. I'm just reading my notes at the same time. With that aim of rentability, it leads us to forget what is collective and what is personal, what is the link we have between each other than consuming. Even though those links are natural to us, we are social animal. This is me just adding a little things. So it is natural, but it is not taken into account in the workplace. So the issue is both, he says, spiritual and politic, stating that both should meet in the sense that spirituality should become more of a political matter, and politics should be more spiritual. He says that the source of energy in the the source of energy in the 21st century is the power of those links, and if we were to develop more that triple links, then we would reconnect naturally with our spirituality and our link. He's basically saying that there should be a change in the objective and the definition of the work and the finality of the work. To be a human, he says, to be a human at work should be to claim, and there I'm calling to everybody who is an employee or an employer. So anybody who works should claim a purpose for their work, which would be engaging with the triple link. So the link with the self, the link with others, and the link with nature. He's also saying, so we are talking about Abdenour Bidar, he talks about the universal income. I don't know if you've ever heard that conception. The universal income basically is that anybody should be able to meet in their work the possibility to deploy and to create that triple link with self, others, and nature. So he says that the first meaning of work is accomplishment and to grow in humanity, and the triple link allows a deeper connection. So basically he's saying that the way we work at the moment, the way the work is unfolding at the moment, is directed to consumption and creating more money, basically. And we're missing out the fact that if we are not connected with self and others, and he's adding the link with the culture, then we are missing on something that is our deep link or our humanity. So this is something which I find very interesting, because when you see the figures in the workplace, there is a lot of absenteeism due to illnesses, for example, or chronic stress, chronic anxiety. And I do believe that I do really and strongly believe that the connection with humanity can be done without maybe changing much actually in the workplace. It can be done quite easily. There is a way to change the attitude towards self and others, and it is reachable. It is easily reachable, and then the connection with humanity would be possible, and the pleasure of going to work would increase tremendously, and so the atmosphere in the workplace would instantly change. And Abdenour Bidar was just finishing his talk, which was much longer than what I'm sharing with you today, stating a quote from Martin Buber. Martin Buber is a philosopher. a Jewish philosopher, and Buber was saying that what is important in life is to begin with the self, but to never finish with the self. Begin with yourself and continue with others and beyond. So I don't know if you have any question about that. The thing is, this is something I'm deeply believe in because it makes sense, as simple as that. I do believe this is something possible to develop anywhere, because whether we are self-employed, employers or employees, we anyway are human. That is the foundation, that is the basics. And as human, we need humanity, and we can put different levels of humanity in our work. And so Abdenour Bidar is giving us cues to allow us to develop that. I hope you find it interesting. If you have any question or if you need any more reference of names I have cited here, please contact me. Thank you. Bye. Au revoir.